Good evening, all. How's everybody? Just adjust this just a little bit. All right. So, how's everybody doing this evening? Good, 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 good. Hope everybody is well. Staying safe out there. Let me share it out. You know how I do. Make sure it's on my personal page. First of all, let me turn it down. Okay. So, personal page is on my business page. Okay. Mm, I just realized something that I did that I shouldn't have done. Oh, well. Anyway, so good evening. Good evening. For those of you that don't know, my name is Jacqueline Harrison. I am a confidence and success coach, and I work with African American women that have coaching and or consulting businesses. What I do more specifically is I help them to create effective strategies in which to address negative self-talk and those self-sabotaging behaviors that prevent you from leveling up your business, right? That prevents you from not only meeting, but exceeding your monthly income goals. Okay. And we all know everybody's different. We all have different triggers. We all have different barriers, but we are not alone. Okay. We are not alone. And, I think it's important to mention, well, actually, a couple of things. Before I go into that, let me just say a few things. One, my son is screaming in the background, as usual, right? So in case you hear that, that's what that's all about. I also want to let you know that I do a Queen's Roundtable show, which happens every second and fourth Sunday of the month at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I interview a different entrepreneur that is doing awesome things in their business. I interview coaches and consultants. If you are interested in expanding your reach, going before a different audience, possibly getting some new leads, maybe you have a new product or service that you are trying to get out there that you want to make the public aware of, a Queen's Roundtable show is an excellent opportunity. And we always end on the note of education, because I want other coaches and consultants out there to be able to benefit from different tools and techniques that they can use, that they can begin implementing in their business right away, so that that way they can upscale their business in the way that they want to. Okay, so off the top of my head, I had and I don't have my book here in front of me. I have a date that I'm trying to book a guest for. I think it's in September. I think it's that second week in September, I think. You know what? I don't know. I'm sorry. I just know that I'm in the process now of looking for guests for the show. So if you were interested, go to my business page or either my regular Facebook page. Yeah, my personal page. That's what I'm looking for. Lord have mercy. Go to my personal page or to my business page and click on that link that says to be a guest. Okay. Or if you go to my Linktree link, it's on there to be a guest. Okay. So I want to make that announcement so you'll know about that. I am also now accepting applications for a Queen's Roundtable Quarterly Symposium that will be taking place in September the 20th to be exact. So I'm also taking applications for that. Oh, hey, Miss Yvette, how are you this evening? Hope you're doing well, staying safe. Are you in the ATL? So I'm also accepting applications for that. So if you are interested in being a speaker in a symposium, again, you want to network with other trend-setting entrepreneurs, you want to go before others' audiences, you want to put your product and or service out there, maybe you want a sponsor opportunity, maybe you want an affiliate opportunity, whatever the case is, right? Sign up, or shall I say, complete the speaker's application. Okay, you don't want to miss it. This is an awesome opportunity. It's a virtual summit. It's an awesome opportunity to be able to connect with other like-minded individuals, whether they end up being people that you collaborate with, or whether it is individuals that actually purchase your services. Okay, Missy Yvette, you said warmer. Is that warmer? Oh, for some reason I can't. Oh, here it is. Warner Robins. Where is that? That's in Georgia. And I'm glad you're doing well in these times with the race relations going on and everything with this COVID-19. I just want everybody to stay safe. You know, keep your family safe. And yeah. Okay, yeah. So you are in Georgia. Okay, cool. Excellent. All right. So I know you all are having some nice weather. I just talked to Dr. Carolyn earlier today. So, yeah. But anyway, good to see you. Good to hear from you. Oh, okay. South of Atlanta. Okay. Nice. All right. So, thank you for joining. Thank you for popping in. And also, ladies, when you do pop in or you catch the replay, tag a coach and or share the broadcast out, or both. Okay. That way other people may, they may need to hear something that I have to say at this particular time. All right. So I want to give those two announcements about the show and about the upcoming quarterly symposium, because I want people to know about it, and especially some of those I may have collaborated with in the past, or, maybe some individuals you kind of familiar with what I do. And said maybe the last couple of times I did it, you didn't have time or you weren't able to do it, other obligations, whatever the case is. Maybe this time might be a good opportunity for you to join us. So just wanted to throw that out there. Okay, so as far as tonight, y'all know I don't typically come live on Monday, just doing a little something different. Again, as entrepreneurs, right, we always going outside of our comfort zone. We are always doing new things, right, trying new things out, seeing what works, basically, right? That's what you have to do. So what I'm coming live with you tonight, specifically to talk about, is my Mindset Mastery Incubator group coaching program. Okay. It's a group program that is housed within a Facebook group. Okay. And basically the purpose of the group is for coaches and consultants. I love y'all. That's my target population. For those of you that know or understand that you need business strategy and you need a mindset strategy. You do. You need a mindset strategy first before you get that business strategy, right? And you need to have both of them working intertwined, working together. Okay. Now, the thing of it is, we could have the best business coaches. And I know I've had some awesome ones out there, right? And I know there are a lot of awesome business coaches. But the thing of it is, you could have all the best business strategies in the world, but if your mindset is not right, you are not going to be able to implement these strategies consistently, right? You're not going to be able to do it consistently enough to be able to see the results that you want to see in your business. Point blank. Point blank. So that's why I started this program, is because I've been noticing that a lot of individuals have issues around different issues that come up around showing up, right? And the thing of it is, everybody doesn't necessarily identify it as having or needing to work on their self-confidence or their confidence or their self-esteem, right? They just see it as, okay, I'm just not being consistent. Or yeah, I'm not consistently showing up. I'm not consistently putting on my written content. I'm not emailing my list consistently, right? But they're not really talking about the why. Why are you not doing that? Right? What is the barrier preventing you from emailing your list consistently? Like I've heard some coaches say it's recommended that you email your list like 3 times a week, right? Now, I'm not saying whether I agree with that or disagree. I'm just saying that I know that that's common. I've heard that from a couple of business coaches. Now, if you should, let's say you got your emails already done, you got everything planned out, whatever, but yet you're not doing it, right? You're not implementing that strategy. Maybe they've suggested that you go live, I don't know, maybe at least 3 times a week. For whatever the reason, maybe you start and then you kind of dwindle off, right? Or maybe you just do it a couple times and you feel so fearful about it and so second guessing yourself and wondering what people are thinking about you and blah, 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 that you just don't do it again. Or maybe you do it a little bit less, a little bit less, a little bit less, right? To the point where you're not doing it at all. Okay. And again, that's not benefiting you because you're not showing up, right? Maybe you are sitting on a group program that you said you were going to launch, right? And you keep saying, oh, I'm working on it. It's not perfect yet, right? So you have to ask yourself these hard questions. Why are you not doing those things? Why are you procrastinating? Why are you procrastinating on getting that group program out there, right? Why do you keep saying it needs more work? It's not ready. It needs more work, right? Why do you keep saying that? So you have to ask yourself those hard questions to really figure out, or first of all, you have to admit it. You got to really admit it and acknowledge that this is what's happening, that this is what's going on. And that will always lead you back to that mindset work. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that core foundation that you have to have in order to build or create an empire. You're not going to create an empire. First of course, it's not going to happen overnight. Okay. But you're not going to create an empire on this shaky foundation. And when I say shaky foundation, meaning that, like I said, you're having issues with whether it's showing up live, whether it's putting your content out there, whether it's, this is a big one, struggling with pricing your services, right? Because some of us we might have all of these clients, right? We might have an influx of clients, but if we are not charging them what we think our services are worth, then you end up working more than you working at your regular 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? And really, again, that boils down to mindset. What do you feel you are worth? What is it? What is this transformation that you provide? How much is that worth? Right? So it comes down to, do you really believe in yourself? Do you really believe in the transformation that you provide? And that shows up in everything. That shows up in how you show up. It shows up in, your business offers, like how you set it up, when you launch them, what you price them at, whether you regularly show up. I mean, there's a host of different things in different ways, shall I say, that this shows up. Okay. And I don't want anybody to get confused about what I mean, because I am a confidence and a success coach. Yes. But when I'm talking about self-esteem, confidence, self-confidence, right? All of that is your mindset. Your mindset is your foundation. You have to have a strong foundation for your business. Just like if you're going to build a mansion, you got to have a strong foundation. You have to have a strong enough foundation to support everything. And it's the same with your business, right? And the thing of it is, if you don't take the time to really work on it, right, then you are going to pay a price in the long run. You're going to pay a price in the long run, and you are not going to steadily increase your sales in your business the way that you want to, or expand your business in the way that you want to, or at the rate that you want to, because you can't do it if you don't have the right mindset. Because if you don't have the right mindset, you're not going to be focused. If you're not focused, you're not going to be consistent. So that's kind of another little sidebar, right? But I'm doing part 3 tomorrow. I've been talking about how to stay focused and how to stay consistent. Now, when I do those trainings, that is part of the group. Now I will do them, and you guys on my timeline, or if you're, if you follow my business page, you have an opportunity to see it for like 24 hours. But after that, trainings go inside of this group program, inside of the Mindset Mastery Incubator program. Okay, because that's for individuals to be able to, that are really serious about working on their mindset. You really want to take responsibility for it. You want to acknowledge it, take responsibility for it, and begin to create effective strategies that work for you, because everybody is different. Like what works for me may not work for you, right? And then sometimes some of the things that work for me or may have worked for others can be tweaked a little bit, and it can also assist you. But this is specifically for coaches and consultants, and you want to create a good foundation for your business, and you recognize that you need a mindset strategy just as much as you need a business strategy. Okay, you need both of those. You need both of those, because the thing of it is, when you show up, you have to show up with confidence. You have to show up like you know what you're talking about, right? Not no maybe this, maybe that, what if this, or maybe possibly no, right? Because you have to know ahead of time what type of transformation you are providing, right? And what that's worth, what you feel that transformation is worth. So that also goes into it. You can be showing up consistently, but are you showing up as the expert that you are in your realm, right? Or in your lane? I'll just say lane. Okay. Um, right. So are you showing up as the expert, or are you showing up like an amateur? Are you showing up like maybe, shoulda, coulda, woulda kind of a thing, or are you really showing up? Right. So again, that goes back to that mindset. So don't get caught up on, oh, I don't have low self-esteem, and oh, I have this degree and I got that degree and stuff like that, right? Because I know us African American women, we are the most educated. We surpass everybody with our education, with our master's degrees, our double master's degrees, our PhDs, okay, so on and so forth. We surpass everybody, okay? But so a lot of people, I think, have a feeling that, oh, I'm highly educated, so I don't need no help. I got everything together. I got this, right? Now, you may know that business realm. You may know PR. Maybe that's what you're used to working in. You may know management. Maybe that's what you're used to doing, managing a bunch of folks, managing, I don't know, 4 or 5 different programs. Maybe you do corporate trainings, whatever the case is. Fine. That's your area of expertise. But oftentimes, when we venture outside of that area of our expertise, that's where it gets tricky. That's where the water gets murky, because you are outside of your comfort zone. Like I said, you have a particular area of expertise. Maybe you done worked in that realm for 15, 20 years, right? But here you are over here doing an online coaching business, and maybe you are not so tech savvy like me, right? So that's a whole set of emotions and anxiety that goes with that. Or maybe you are good behind the scenes, but now that you have to come from behind the scenes and show up, right? And present to people, right? Maybe that's a whole nother ball game. You start backing up like, whoa, wait a minute. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm talking about. Okay. It doesn't mean that you are not good at what you do. What that means is that it is very normal for people to have some sort of anxiety, right? Or some sort of fear or apprehension when you go outside of your comfort zone, because it's like fear of that unknown. You don't know exactly what to expect, right? And the thing of it is, you're not going to get rid of it. And it's not a magic wand. It's not like I'm like, okay, everybody line up, poof, it's all gone. No, I'm not saying that. It's going to take work. But the start of it is to recognize that it's needed, and to nip it in the bud, and to begin to create together strategies in which to combat whatever your particular triggers are, right? Whatever your particular how the phrasing of your negative self-talk. That's what I'm trying to say. Because everybody's negative self-talk is different. You know, mine comes up with, oh, you're not smart enough, right? I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff out there. Although that is mine for real. But, you know, somebody else may say, I don't know, I don't make enough money, or I don't know the right people, or I'm not pretty enough. I don't know. Those are just some different things I thought of. Or maybe they share the same one. You know, I'm not smart enough, or I don't have the skills to do this. That's a big one. I learned this in school. I studied this. I've been doing this in school. I've been doing this on my job for the past 20 years, but I've never done this before. So I don't have the appropriate skills to do it, right? And it doesn't mean you don't have confidence. It just means that you are uncertain in doing something that is totally unfamiliar to you, because you don't know how to do it, right? You've never learned how to do it. And now you're diving in and you got to do it, right? So that's very normal. That's very natural, but you have to recognize it. You have to identify it. And then we can work together to create effective strategies. And every time you have a negative self-thought, we have a plan. We have a strategy to combat that negative self-thought. Because if you don't, you have one thought, then you have another, then you have another, then they get to rolling, right? Then they get to rolling. Then they build on each other, right? And next thing you know, you sitting back somewhere immobilized or not doing nothing, right? Talking about, oh yeah, I don't do that no more, right? Because it done got the negative thoughts, done got the best of you. So that's what we want to avoid. We want to avoid it getting the best of you. And we want to learn to come up with effective strategies that work for you, so that way you don't have to, you can push through it. You heard people say push through fear, right? Not that you're not going to feel them, but as time goes on, they get a little bit easier, a little bit easier, a little bit easier. But you can't even get to that point unless you put in some effective strategies to address it. Whenever you get a particular trigger, you know, this is a particular trigger. It triggers this feeling here. This is the negative thought that I get, right? What strategy do I have in order to address that negative self-thought when I get that negative self-thought, right? What sort of strategy do I have? So that's what I'm talking about when I say a mindset strategy. So this group, this group coaching program is specifically for that. So we're going to be dealing with different strategies, coming up with different strategies to address the negative self-talk, as well as accountability, right? Holding each other accountable. And we all know how important being accountable is. Okay. So I just wanted to come to you and just talk to you a little bit about that, and to let you know like where I was with that and why I felt that it was important to make this shift. And yeah, why I decided to go in this direction. Okay. So it's pretty much what I've been doing, but it's like a 2.0 version. Maybe before I had the 1.0, right? But this is the 2.0. So it's going to be more laser focused. That way for, you know, busy individuals, that way you can get it when you can, you know, because I know everybody is busy. We all have schedules. I know a lot of us are still working full-time jobs, and you may not be able to catch a training at a particular time. That way you can, you know, catch it at your convenience. And it's not too much information to the point where, you know, sometimes people tell you different things, or you listen to different video series and you just feel so overwhelmed to the point where you don't even know where to start. This is to lessen some of that, to give you different tidbits, different tools that you can begin using immediately, but at the same time, not overwhelming you with everything at one time. Okay. And giving you an opportunity to process it, to be able to process it, utilize it, and come back for feedback and see what type of questions you have, right? As you start implementing, what type of questions do you have, right? So yeah, so that's my thought process behind this program. So let me go ahead and end there. My name is Jacqueline Harrison. I am a confidence and success coach, and you can catch me live from A Queen's Roundtable Show, which is every second and fourth Sunday of the month, as well as quarterly. I do A Queen's Roundtable Quarterly Symposium, and that happens, well, this next one is September the 20th. So the last one was so awesome, y'all. Well, actually, the last two this year have been so awesome, and this one is going to be. I just feel it. I feel it. This one is going to be just as awesome. So if you're looking for a speaking, an opportunity to interact with other trend-setting entrepreneurs, you want to get your product and a service out there, you want to come on a platform with some other hard hitters, this is a good opportunity. Go ahead and complete the application and apply. Okay. And I will be including that. Well, I don't know if I'm going to include it in this video, but you can always get the link on either my business page or my personal page. Business page, personal Facebook page, and or my Instagram page. It's on my link tree. It's a link on my link tree, right? So at any rate, so I just want to let you ladies know about those upcoming opportunities. And also for those of you that may have wanted to work with me over this last year or so, this is a good opportunity, a good cost-effective way to be able to get your mind right, get your mindset strategy in place. So that way you get your strategy in place today and begin building your empire tomorrow. All right. So with that being said, I am out. Please tag a coach, consultant, and share this video out. And I will see you all tomorrow evening. All right. Good night, all.